Politicians have their own ideals and plans for how America should be run. And it may not sound like they're talking about money when they're campaigning, but the whole Democrat versus Republican thing is really about where American tax dollars should be going. So before you dive in on either side, it might be a good idea to get a handle on how we the people are currently spending our tax dollars. Before we start, there is a quick thing to note. These numbers are from 2013 and do not include Social Security or Medicare. The money for those programs is determined by the Federal Insurance Contributions Act tax and not the annual budget, so politicians can't do much to change the amount of taxes that go to those programs. Here are the programs that the federal budget does touch. Around 8 cents on every dollar goes toward paying interest on our debt. This is another one that's largely non-negotiable, but it's a significant amount and worth mentioning here. 17 cents out of every dollar is spent on government programs like subsidizing and supporting agriculture, commerce, transportation, and governmental administration, or on science and space technology, things like NASA and the National Science Foundation, international affairs, which includes things like the State Department and all non-military foreign aid. Some of the budget goes to responding to natural disasters or to community and regional development, which includes things like waste disposal and urban development. That 17 cents also goes to the environment, including the Parks Department and managing our natural resources and energy development, or to immigration, border control, and the Justice Department. We also have a program for education and jobs training. All of that combined accounts for the 17 cents out of every income tax dollar. And when you think about how many important programs we just mentioned, it really doesn't seem like a lot. So where is the real money going? Around 50% of our budget goes toward keeping our citizens healthy and out of poverty, which is a pretty good place for it to be. Almost 19 cents on every dollar is spent on jobs and family security, things like unemployment insurance, food assistance, housing assistance, federal retirement funds, foster care, and temporary assistance for needy families. Veterans benefits also fall into this portion of the budget. They account for an additional 6 cents on every dollar. And healthcare programs like Medicaid, disease control, and numerous others account for an additional 25 cents. Again, that's half the budget. The well-being of our citizenship is something that most politicians can get behind. Something else most politicians can get behind is national defense, which accounts for almost 1/4 of our national budget. But before you get upset about how we are spending almost as much on the military as we are on medical services, let's talk a little bit about where that defense budget actually goes. Yes, the majority of it is spent on building weapons and conducting military operations, but 5.97% of it goes toward personnel salaries and benefits. That 6 cents is literally how we are supporting our troops. Some of that defense budget is also going towards maintaining our nuclear defense capabilities, and another portion of it is going to defense-related FBI activities. Plus, the U.S. military has almost 16,000 square miles of bases and facilities to maintain. So that 24.79% isn't all going towards bombs and invasions. Some of it is just there to maintain the troops, bases, and equipment we already have. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to the show. Subscribing is the best way to get these videos to you, and make sure that you see all 5 of our videos that we put out each week.